Hi, my name is Kuba. I'm a local guide in Warsaw, and today I would like to show you a bit of our old town and the new town. We will start at the castle square, right next to one of the symbols of our city, the column with the King Zygmunt III. If you look at the top of the column, you can see a king with a crown holding cross and sword in his hands. He was the one who moved his residence in the late 16th century and the beginning of the 17th century to Warsaw from Krakow. But he was also quite an interesting personality. He was one of the first football players in our city. He was very interested in arts, in sculpting, and he was also interested in alchemistry. In his residence in Wawel Castle in Krakow, he was doing different researches. Right next to the monument, we can see a small model which can explain as well the topography of the old town of Warsaw. Let's have a look at it. We can see here that the city of Warsaw, which was created around 700 years ago, was located right next to the Vistula River, which we'll see later on during our tour, on the top of the hill. So Vistula River, first, it helped the transportation of goods, but secondly, it also helped to defend the city. Here we can see that the city was surrounded with two lines of the walls. Right now we are standing at the castle square, right next to the column, and next to the castle, which is right behind me. As I said, it was only this king, so Zygmunt III, who moved his residence from Krakow to Warsaw. And the castle that you can see right now behind me is the castle that has the shape from the 17th century. So when the king came to the city and decided to live here and to make it his permanent residence. Even though the royal castle that we can see right now is the Postwar Reconstruction, as many monuments that we will see today on our road was totally destroyed during the World War II, it's full of many interesting and original elements dating from centuries ago. It's all thanks to the workers of the royal castle who, in the beginning of the Second World War, expecting what can happen to the castle, decided to hide pieces of original elements, decorations, furniture, pieces of art in the basements of the National Museum, and afterwards it was all reused in the reconstruction of the castle. So in the 70s and in the 80s of the 20th century. An interesting fact about the castle is that after the war, the new authority didn't want to reconstruct the royal castle, and it was only after people were pushing it more and more that they agreed. However, they decided not to give money to the reconstruction, so this reconstruction was made with the public money. Right now, today, we can visit the reconstructed chambers of the last king. We can see parts of his very big collection of art, and as well some other very beautiful rooms and chambers. Let's decide now, where do you want to go? Do you want to visit the royal castle, or do you want to go to the streets of the old town?